Welcome to our continuing series Questions and Answers from the works of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Today's subject is Consciousness, Part 15. From Sri Aurobindo. The planes and the body are not the same. Above the head are seen all the planes from the overmind down to the higher mind. But this is only a correlation in the consciousness, not an actual location in space. Thought is not the giver of knowledge, but the mediator between the inconscient and the superconscient. It compels the world born from the inconscient to reach for a knowledge other than the instinctive vital or merely empirical, for the knowledge that itself exceeds thought. It calls for the superconscient knowledge and prepares the consciousness here to receive it. It rises itself into the higher realms, and even in disappearing into the supramental and ananda levels, is transformed into something that will bring down their powers into the silent self, which its cessation leaves behind it. By the intuitive self, I mean the intuitive being, that part which belongs to the intuitive plane or is in connection with it. The intuition is one of the higher planes of consciousness between the human thinking mind and the supramental plane. Revelation is a part of the intuitive consciousness. To live in the intuitive, it is necessary first to have the opening into the cosmic consciousness and to live first in the higher and the illumined mind, seeing everything from there. To receive constantly the intuition from above, that is not necessary. It is sufficient to have the sense of the One everywhere and to get into contact with things and people through the inner mind and sense, more than with the outer mind and senses. For the latter meet only the surface of things and are not intuitive. The cosmic consciousness has many levels: the cosmic physical, the cosmic vital, the cosmic mind, and above the higher planes of cosmic mind there is the intuition, and above that the overmind, and still above that the supermind, where the transcendental begins. In order to live in the intuition plane, not merely to receive intuitions, one has to live in the cosmic consciousness, because there the cosmic and individual run into each other as it were, and the mental separation between them is already broken down. So nobody can reach there who is still in the separative ego. It, the individual self, is not specially related to intuition. Intuition is the highest power the embodied individual can reach without universalizing itself. When it universalizes itself, it is then possible for it to come in contact with overmind. If by the individual self is meant the jivatma, it can be on any plane of consciousness. It is not the psychic but the mind that gets raised and transformed, and its action intensified by the intuitivizing of the consciousness. The psychic is always the same in essence and adapts its action without need of transformation to any change of consciousness. I do not remember in what context I wrote it, but intuitivizing is not sufficient to prevent a drop. If it is complete, and it is not complete until not only the mind but the vital and physical are intuitivized. It can make you understand and be conscious of all the processes in you and around, but it does not necessarily make you entire master of the reactions. For that, knowledge is not enough. A certain knowledge and will fused together, or consciousness power is needed. The consciousness which you call supramental is no doubt above the human mind, but it should be called not the supramental, but simply the higher consciousness. In this higher consciousness, there are many degrees, of which the supramental is the summit or the source. It is not possible to reach the summit or source all at once. First of all, the lower consciousness has to be purified and made ready. That is the meaning of the light you saw, whose inner body or substance is too dense and powerful to be penetrated at present.